It's Delicia, Cigar Vixen, and today I have a very special cigar that I'm going to be smoking. This is a Macanudo Vintage Maduro, circa 1997. This is actually the first Maduro that was introduced to the vintage line, and it's just a wonderful cigar. This particular one was given to me by a friend in St. Louis when I went to visit. His name is Scott, so if you're watching, Scott, thanks again for the great smoke. Really appreciate it. This baby's been traveling with me and came home and sat in my humidor for a little while to kind of, get rested up and get ready to smoke. So this beauty right here has a 13-year-old Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. Absolutely gorgeous. Very nice construction on it. A little bit of an oil sheen to it, but just a nice dark, almost an oscuro color. I mean, it's really, really dark, but just a gorgeous looking cigar. Features a little footband on here, again with the Macanudo Maduro Vintage 1997. You can kind of see that. And of course, who could overlook this wonderful little metal band here. Now the metal band itself is a limited production, so if you do have a chance to find one, it may or may not have the band. Some of them just have a paper band if they, again, they only put out a certain amount that have these little guys on them. But really a cool thing, aside from the fact that it's neat to look at and kind of hold, its real purpose is actually more a humidity gauge. So again, ideally what you're looking for is that it would just slip right off. That should tell you, it's a good indicator that your cigar is at the proper humidity level. If it's not enough humidity, it would be too loose and just fall right off. If it's too much humidity, then it's going to swell up and kind of get stuck on there. So this is kind of what you want to look for, just that it would slide off really easy. But anyways, with all that said, I'm going to get this one cut up and lit up and start smoking. I'm going to slide off this little footband here. And some people would take this off. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it on for fun, just so I can hold it. Now inside the cigar, we have Nicaraguan, Dominican, and Brazilian filler laying on top of a Honduran binder. So a lot of good tobacco going on here. Very mild taste on the pre-lit draw. Construction again is really good, very firm with a slight give, but just, good looking cigar. I'll toast the foot a bit. Beautiful aroma, just yummy. Very mild on the flavors. But good, subtle, nothing too strong right away, but just tastes, really real silky, just nice and smooth. So I'm gonna smoke it down a little bit more and I'll check back in with you shortly, let you know what flavors come about. So getting through the first third, I was trying to hang on to this ash so you could see how beautifully white it is. Nice and tight. Amazing amount of smoke that this little guy puts out. Part of that I'm thinking is, aside from the blend, just the fact that it's very aged. Again, not too oily, so it's just allowing for this nice, kind of a drier smoke coming out. I'm going to go ahead and ash this real quick before it falls all over me. But just really hanging on perfectly. Flavor-wise, everything's pretty mild. I am picking up a lot of sweetness. A little bit of a nutty undertone as well. Definitely can taste that aged tobacco in this. Again, nothing too overpowering, fairly mild, but still just a lot of good flavors. Definitely something that I would say a smoker at any level could tolerate, because it is very mild, and would go pretty much any time of day. I would say for myself, in the morning, I usually tend to do something on the more of a mild side, earlier in the day. But you could definitely enjoy this also, after dinner, nice glass of wine. I always like to pair things with coffee, so when it's, especially on the milder ones, in the morning with coffee would be great. So anyways, gonna smoke it down a little bit more and check back in with you to see if there's any shifts. So getting about almost through the second third and into the last third here. This is a very slow burning cigar. I'm about an hour into it, I would say, or just right under an hour, and I'm really just at the halfway point, a little bit, yeah, about the halfway point. This is a very one-dimensional cigar, not a lot of complexity to it. That being said, though, the flavors that it does have, even though they're pretty mild, they're still really good. You do pick up a lot of creamy notes, little subtle hints of cocoa. This little shift in the middle, I did pick up a little bit of dried fruit, maybe like along the lines of an apricot flavor, like a dried apricot, something along those lines. Still very subtle, nothing that's really, popping out, and not a lot of transition between, the different thirds. But still, just a good smoke, very mild, very easy to smoke, producing a great amount of actual smoke. I don't know if you can see all that, but just a little smoke bomb. So gonna finish it up here and get towards the back end of it and see if there's anything that jumps out, but I'll check back in with you and let you know. So coming to the last little bit here on this Macanudo Vintage Maduro 97, good smoke. Again, not a lot of transition. There's really not a shift in the flavors at all at this point. Pretty much one-dimensional throughout, picking up a lot of the subtle sweetness, some nuttiness, again, little hints of cocoa, very aged tobacco, so you definitely can pick up the richness from the tobacco, but just not a lot of strength and not a lot of different flavors. But still, it's worthy of a good smoke. Definitely pairs nice, with a cup of coffee earlier in the day, from my opinion. Definitely worth the smoke, but again, just depends on what you're looking for. It's not going to be something that if you do enjoy a lot of spice, this one doesn't have the spice. It's more of a subtle sweetness pretty much throughout. Does produce a lot of smoke, and it's just a good relaxing cigar. No effort whatsoever. Didn't have to touch it once, which is great. Good burn line on it, nice ash. It's not going to flake off and drop all over you, so that's always a good thing. But I enjoyed smoking it. I would definitely recommend that you pick it up if you're looking for something on the mild side, something just to sit back and relax and enjoy with. So thanks for watching as always. It's been Delicia Cigar Vixen. Don't forget to subscribe and check me out on social media. Thanks.